Hey guys, Sam here, and welcome to the second episode of our Borussia Dortmund Career Mode series. First episode's got over 150 likes. If we could do anything around that again, that would be absolutely fantastic. We do kick off today with a transfer offer for Marcel Schmelzer and Lucas Piszczek. Now, I was reading your comments. No one really talked about Schmelzer, so I think we're going to go ahead and sell him. I'm still undecided as to whether or not to sell Piszczek. 32 years of age, but he is 83 rated, and he's been at the club for a long time. He's been one of the servants for Borussia Dortmund. In this nice period of football, he's played in, I believe, the Champions League final he started. So he has been a very important part of this team. I'm reluctant to sell him, but if we can get around 20 million, which our board seems to think that we can, then I might have to consider selling him. Okay, so I've decided to delegate both these to my assistant manager. I'm hoping he can get the prices that we want, but if not, then we'll just have to keep them. Okay, so we do have an offer here for Neven Subotic, and this is someone that potentially, or pretty much, we are going to sell. He could be handy for some of the cup games or whatever, but I mean, he's not even that old. I thought he was a little bit older, to be fair, but he's just not who he used to be, Neven Subotic. He did go through an injury, which I think changed his career, and I just don't think we need him anymore. To Werder Bremen, I think it's a good transfer for him. I'm not really going to negotiate with the price. I don't know what they're offering, to be fair. 6.3 million, I'll take that. I think he's on his way to Werder Bremen. Okay, so in terms of the players that we're bringing in, you guys gave me some really good suggestions. I've taken them on board. Mainly, you guys do agree that Timo Werner could come in as a backup. If we could bring him in as a backup, I think he'd be very, very good. Benjamin Henrichs is another one that people said that I should bring in, which I think is pretty good because I want to bring him in. I think he's a great player, and I don't usually use him in career mode, so I'm very excited to use him. Then I had some other suggestions, likes of Zinchenko and other players. People wanted me to bolster the midfield though, so I'm going to be maybe doing that, but first I want to target Werner and Henrichs because it does seem like two players that we do want to bring in, and they will take up a bit of the budget. It will be about 50 million. So let's take a look at the midfield after. Let's for now bring in Timo Werner and Benjamin Henrichs, or let's at least try to bring them in. Okay, so we did have the two offers accepted for Werner and Henrichs. Werner's going to run us about 40 million. Henrichs more around 14, I think, or was. So we're going to move on to personal terms with both these players. I think Timo Werner is going to be harder to bring in as a squad player because he's a crucial player at his club already, whereas Benjamin Henrichs is already a rotational role at Leverkusen, so it shouldn't be a hard transition for him to come to Dortmund and be a rotational player. So let's start off with the hard one. Let's start off with Timo Werner. Okay, so they're coming with an important squad role. He's crucial at Leipzig, and they've come in and they've offered the important first team. So I'm going to do something a little bit cheeky here. I'm going to try and downgrade him there, and hopefully they don't run away. That's the main thing. I don't want them to start running away here. Okay, they're pretty keen on important. I can't even deny that. Important first team player, we can afford to bench him. I think he'll be alright with that. I'd like to get him as much as I can, to be honest. If he doesn't mind signing a 5-year deal, I'm happy with that. 5 years, that's great. Okay, so I actually came in with a 75k per week wage offer. They've bumped that down to 58, but they want an 890,000 signing on bonus. And if he scores 20 goals, he wants 2.5 million. I don't think he'll score 20 goals. Not that I don't have confidence in my players, but with the role he'll be playing, I don't think he'll score 20 goals this season. But I'm happy with that. The signing on bonus, I don't really care. 890,000 isn't too much in the grand scheme of things. And he's only getting 58,000 per week, so I'm going to accept this straight off the bat. And there he is, holding up the shirt. Timo Werner is now a Borussia Dortmund player. He will wear the number 16, because number 9 and 10 are both taken. So is 11, 13. I was thinking of all the different kit numbers I could give him, and he's going to have to take 16. But he is a £40 million signing, so I am expecting big things from him when he is called upon. The pressure is definitely on Timo Werner to perform, I would say. Okay, moving on to Benjamin Henrichs. They've just come in with a sporadic role. Just straight off the bat, that's what they want. He wants to be a sporadic first-team player, so I'm not even going to argue with that. If that's what he wants, his wish is my command. Okay, so they come in with a £57,000 per week wage, which means he would be nearly on the same money as Timo Werner, which is pretty funny. I'm going to drop him down to 50k if I can. It's not too big of a deal, to be honest, and the signing on bonus I feel like doesn't make a big difference at all, but I like dropping it a little bit to see what they say. There's no extra added bonus, so at least that's one positive here. Okay, so we end up accepting 55k per week wages with a 730k signing on fee, and Benjamin Henrichs has now joined the team as well. I think that's two very tidy signings. There is Benjamin Henrichs wearing the number 6. It's a bit of a strange one for a right back, but he's also a left back. I don't know. 6 doesn't really make sense, to be honest, but I'm going to let him have it. It's the one that he automatically got given. 14.7 million. It might be a little bit more than we wanted to pay for a right back, left back that's a squad player, but he is a very, very talented player, and you guys wanted him, and I wanted him, so I think it's a great addition. Okay, so in the meantime, we were talking about improving the midfield, and one of the players that I think people wanted replaced was Castro, and Juventus has come in for him. Now, his base value is 18 million, and they've come in with an offer of 18.2, and we could potentially get 25 million for him. So maybe this could be someone we could sell and make some money to buy somebody else and bring somebody else maybe a little bit younger and a little bit better in the team. Seeing as Castro is a little bit more important than Piszczek and Schmelzer, I thought I would do this on my own. Leave the assistant manager out of this one. Alright, so I counted for 25 million, and straight away, Juventus's rep said yes. So 25 million for Gonzalo Castro. I don't know if I made a mistake, I should have gone for more or not, but I think that's a pretty good deal. 25 million, that's not bad at all, I don't think. Okay, so a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things happening at the moment. Castro's left the club, we've got some money back in. Manchester City have activated Socrates' release clause for 51.8 million, which means now if he wants to join Manchester City, he will. So we're losing our best centre-back here, and that is a massive blow. Not that we can't replace him, but it's just in the middle of so many things. One of those things includes me doing a little sneaky move here to bring in Mateo Kovacic. I've been talking to Zizou, my mate Zinedine Zidane, and I've been talking to him about potentially bringing in Kovacic from Real Madrid. We finally accepted to an offer, which is, as you can see here, 25.2 million plus Maximilian Philippe, and a 5% sell-on clause. I don't know if this is the right thing to do to get rid of Philippe. I think it is his first season at Dortmund this season, so it's a little bit unrealistic, but it seems like in FIFA 18, even if you've just transferred a player in, you can use him as a bargaining chip in a trade, so I think that I don't know if it's a glitch or if they've intended to do that, but it is something that you can do. Let me know in the top right corner if we do get Kovacic. Is this the right decision? Should we have brought in Kovacic for Philippe? And 25 million pounds as well. Okay, so we've got him on an important role and 5 years at the club in terms of his contract, but they do want to add a release clause, and once again, I'm stuck in a position where I'd like a much higher release clause, but I think this time I'll accept it. I think I'll accept 69.3 million. It is much more than what we're paying for at the moment. We're getting it for 25 million plus Philippe, who isn't too much, so it is a lot of money. And if we do lose him, it's going to be a pretty big loss, but I think we can replace him with 70 million, essentially. I think this one might be a little bit more acceptable, and I want him to be easy to sign. I don't want it to be too difficult when in terms of the wages and the bonuses, so I'm going to accept this release clause, which might be a mistake, but I'm just going to do it. Okay, so in terms of the wages, they're looking to take a pay cut in order to get a 1.5 million signing on bonus, and after 5 appearances to get another 590,000, which is guaranteed. 5 appearances is pretty much, no, it is. It's guaranteed. He's definitely going to play 5 games, barring an injury in his first game that rules him out for the rest of the season. So I'm going to edit that bonus. I'm going to go for 25 appearances and see if they change that at all. In terms of his wages, I'm happy for him to take a pay cut. The signing on bonus is a bit hefty, but it's only an extra 1.5 million off of our transfer budget, so I'm just going to accept it. I'm just going to see what they say to that bonus. I do not want him to get another 500,000 just for playing 5 games. That's 100,000 per game that he'll be making. Okay, they finalized the deal for 25 appearances. If he does get it throughout the season, then he's an integral part of the team. He gets another 500,000 on top. A signing bonus of 1.5 as well, so he's making the big bucks for sure by moving to Dortmund. But there it is. In the Dortmund kit, Mateo Kovacic joins the team. I think this is a really good signing. Let me know if it was the right thing in the top right corner to get rid of Philippe for him. Okay, so that is what the team looks like going into our game against Bayern Munich, which will be played in the next episode. Again, let me know what you agree and disagree with. There's still a lot of things to do in the transfer window. We still have nearly a month of the transfer window left to go. Socrates could be potentially moving to Manchester City, which would mean Toprak comes into that centre-back role, and we'd have to find a replacement for a backup centre-back. Schürrle's still in the team. I don't know if you guys want me to keep him. Yarmolenko is now in the starting 11. You guys were definitely very vocal about that. Piszczek is still here. Goetz is in the midfield. Guerrero is now being pushed to left back, which is what a lot of people wanted, which means Henriks is on the bench. So there's a lot of moving parts. Werner's in the team. A lot still to go. Let me know anything that you want to let me know in the comment section below, guys. Your opinion is very, very valid in this situation. There's still a lot of things to do. I can't believe how many more moves are still to make. But in the next episode, we'll play Bayern Munich, and we'll also get our first Champions League game out of the way as well. So the next episode is even bigger than today's episode, guys. So if you're excited for that, leave a like on the video and also subscribe if you are new around here. But that is it, guys. I am going to get up out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you did enjoy today's video. Hope you had a good day. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.